and welcome to Cherry Street Chat, the official podcast of the Seattle Spectator. My name is Caleb Stipkovits, and I'm your host and the managing editor. And today I am joined with some friends from Quadstock and from other organizations, and they are here to talk to us about the upcoming Quadstock event that is coming up on May 17th. So without further ado, could you all introduce yourselves, please?
Hi, I'm Renn, Torigoe, and I'm the current president of Hidaka Taiko.
Hi, I'm Marianna Villamil. I'm the Quadstock co-chair.
Hi, I'm Fern Creson, and I'm the lead singer of All Friends here.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show today, everybody. It's a real pleasure to have you. First, can you just all tell me a little bit about yourselves?
I'm a fourth year comp sci major, and I started playing with Hidaka since I transferred here in my sophomore year. So I've been a part of Taiko for about 3 years now. Yeah.
Cool. So I'm the Quadstock co-chair, one of them. My partner is Ara. So I've been in SEAC, Student Events and Activities Council, for about 3 years. So it's been a long time. But basically we make the music festival, the annual music festival every year. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm a third year photography and creative writing student, and the band's been together for, I think, coming up on like 2 or 2.5 years, so we're super excited to be playing Quadstock.
Yeah, for sure. Well, obviously super cool, different organizations and groups that you're all a part of. But what made you all want to take part in Quadstock?
I think a couple of my members are friends with Alec, who's also a member of SEAC. And Alec mentioned to us that the direction Quadstock was kind of trying to go this year was more centered around like student groups performing. I think that was like the direction Alec kind of pitched it towards us, and then he kind of informally asked us, like, he was like inquiring, he's like, would you guys want to perform? And I think for most of my members in the club, they were like, yeah, like I think everyone was pretty down to do it. And then when we got the formal invitation, we're like, sure. So yeah.
Nice. Wait, what was the question?
Oh, it was just what made you want to take part in Quadstock?
Oh, okay. My brain. I just applied to be part of like the Quadstock co-chair, so that's more of the planning and like creating Quadstock, and I guess I just decided to return, in more like a better phrase, because I just like the community, and I've always liked doing that music festival specifically. Last year I was the creative director, so I did like the marketing behind all the events with the creative team, so I decided to go more on the planning side and take on Quadstock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're a student like on campus SU band. We all go here or have graduated from SU, so a lot of the people who come to our shows regularly are like other students. So the first year we played Quadstock, it was super, super fun to like look out and feel like we were representing our school and like a part of the community, and it's like gonna be really fun to come back, and hopefully there'll be other people who we don't know this year and who can like tap in with the band.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
And I'm kind of curious of like, what has your past experience with Quadstock been like? I know for me, I went when like Ricky Montgomery was here, which was like a couple years ago, which was like super wild. And I know last year they also had, I can't remember who was here last year, but I know people were like really excited about that. But what's your past experiences been with that?
Well, I shot DJ Mandy last year for the Spectator, and that was super fun. And then we played the first year you'd went our freshman year.
Yeah, I remember seeing you all there. This was the first time I saw, like, I was like, I know everybody here.
Yeah,
so
the entire crowd was like just our friends, which is so fun. My like highlight of the first year playing Quadstock was the green room. The snacks were crazy.
Okay,
they had the like peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables.
Yeah.
Because Ricky Montgomery specifically asked for those.
That was
so funny.
That was so funny. I remember that came into we get emails of like what the artist needs, and like that was one of them. And we were like joking, like, oh my god, like what Crustables, like why? So I mean, you guys got to enjoy it, so that was cool.
Yeah, we still joke about that all the time. It's so funny.
I forgot about it. That's nice. Wait, ask me the question again. I'm
yeah,
so sorry.
just
You're gonna have to-
what's your past experiences been with Quadstock?
Yeah, I mean, I like my first year, freshman year, I applied for the next year to being like a graphic designer for SEAC, Student Events and Activities. And I got to go to the last performance. I was at the quad actually. That was like with Mr. Wives. And so I was like, well, I was hooked from that. I always liked music. And I tried to just move around positions and decided to stay as a co-chair because I just like planning and music festivals, so it's a lot.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, I think the past 2 years we've had gigs lined up the same weekend as
Mhm.
Oh, you
Quadstock.
guys did. Wow.
Yeah, because we normally play all of the. We've played a lot of the cultural events in the past for like
Mhm.
VSA's one is normally around this time. JC Opon was last Sunday.
Yeah.
So I've not been to a Quadstock yet. This will
You're
be my
coming this
first
year,
Quadstock
and
ever.
you're
Yeah.
performing. That's
Well, that's
great.
cool, and you get to experience it as a performer. You know, you get to see
Yeah.
what that's like. That would be pretty cool.
I think it'll be pretty sick.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, obviously, you know, we're super close to the event. So, what's your preparation like process has been like? I know that probably a lot of different answers for being in SEAC. You know, a lot of planning versus band practicing, and Taiko, you also practicing.
Mhm.
So,
So like for SEAC, we prep like for a full year since fall quarter. So me and Ara, she's not here sadly. We both planned from the beginning like what is SEAC gonna look like, and sorry SEAC, Quadstock. What's Quadstock gonna look like this year? And what is like our mission? And as we plan that, we can get more specific. And so, like, right now, I guess we're about, like, 2 weeks or less, or a little bit more than 2 weeks far away from it. We're emailing a lot of people, like you guys, and, like, preparing, it's, like, the stage, so talking about, like, the tech, going to production, asking to, so, okay, a lot of, like, tech stuff
Yeah.
and organization is kind of the general stuff that we do. Not deal with, but we do
right.
to make that event like the best as possible. So yeah.
Okay.
Event coordinating is so much work. I'm sure you
Yeah.
guys are so busy.
I can talk to you about hours about it. I think it's very interesting though. I don't want to keep up, but you guys want
No, I mean you can continue if you want. Like if you have, I know event coordination is.
Yeah.
It seems really, really hard. I mean.
It's yeah. I mean, this is my 3rd year. It's still like. It's still kind of hard, but as you get more practice, actually I got the opportunity to be part of a Bumbershoot, the music festival. Like they have an internship program, so that allowed me to like be better at making a music festival, like in a sense. So like they really helped me prepare like how do you make music festival like ins and out, but that's like they're like 5 stages or 4 stages, like in the Seattle Center. So it was really great to practice that with them, and like we got to throw a show, and so like with that I tried to replicate a little bit that sense in Quadstock this year. So why I think there's 2 areas of Quadstock, so it's gonna be at the Library Plaza and the Student Center 160.
Okay.
It's just about planning and like electricity reasons
Yeah.
as well. But I think when you have like Students in 160, that's where all the musicians are going to be playing. And I know I keep talking a lot about it, but it's
go
like
ahead.
Interesting.
it's very interesting, like all the decisions that's going to be made. But 160 just exemplifies like, let's say like Numos, like it's all inside, right?
Okay.
And you can control it. Versus outside, you're trying to get electricity to
Yeah.
be there while it's not available. So that's why in the Library Plaza we're having like you guys perform and the organizations and everything. So some performances are gonna be out there, and most performances are gonna be in Student Center 160. But yeah, it's a lot of coordination, but decisions and reasons and everything like that.
Yeah,
So
for sure. And what about you two? What's like, how's the process of like practicing going and everything?
For us, we also. Well, first let me say that I've done a lot of event coordinating for Taiko too, and yeah, it's a lot
yeah.
of stuff. So props to you.
Coordinating, yeah.
For us, our main concern ends up being with whether we're outside or inside, because with our drums specifically are very, very sensitive to moisture. So,
okay.
and because we're in Seattle,
Yeah,
and it rains a lot,
crossfingers
so
and stuff.
we always have to have like some sort of contingency plan of like, okay, what are we gonna do if it rains? What if it rains? What if it rains? But for us, mainly, we kind of, I guess, think about what the gig is trying to aim to do, and then we kind of pick from our repertoire and we choose songs that we kind of like slot in as appropriate. I'm assuming you guys kind of do something similar, right? But yeah, definitely not as much as trying to get electricity probably from like the student center all the way out to the library plaza.
It's complicated, but yeah, that's why it's inside for the past 2 years or 3. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Whenever we like get ready to play a gig, it's a lot about, okay, what's like the energy of the other bands and what's the energy of this bass and like what's our goal here. So definitely we have like such a wide range of stuff, so it's always a matter of like how much slower, more like emotional stuff we want to put in. I think for Quadstock we'll definitely do like all of our upbeat stuff that's like danceable and gets people like hyped. Yeah, but we've been like really fortunate to play a lot since I've been back from abroad. So I feel like that's like all the prep you need. Like you have like weekly rehearsals.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
More like we kind of play a lot.
Do you?
We practice, I think, 4 days a week. It's kind of
Wow.
crazy. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So you're super ready, is what I'm hearing. Like,
Yeah.
you're all the way ready.
I think you never feel ready. You kind of just go.
Yeah,
you're like,
that's a good
like,
point.
at a certain point, it's kind of just like, we'll just go up there and play our stuff, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
what
have
happens
to
happens.
let go of perfection at a certain point. I get
Yeah.
that way too, where I'm like, I need it to be perfect, and then it's like there's always gonna be some sort of like thing going on, whether it's like forgetting a
sure.
cable or like forgetting when I am supposed to come in or
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
You're
but that makes it
always-
more fun.
Always gonna have the perfect run in practice.
Yes, practice is always
Never
better than on
performance.
stage.
Yeah.
Hopefully not this time, guys. Hopefully this is even better than practice.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I'm super excited to see how it goes. I mean, I know, like, I haven't done event coordinating at college, but I did do like a little bit of event coordinating in high school, and that was like, oh, I'm not an event coordinator person, so like I feel like I was like, especially with that, like I was like, oh my god, this is so scary. But yeah, there's so many moving parts, and I mean, it seems like you are, you're fine tuning everything. You're getting to the point where it's like, it's exciting.
time
It's
to
almost
go,
it's
like,
almost
it's-
time to go.
yeah.
So
Yeah. So I think, that word fine tuning is definitely true once you get 2 weeks or like a week before. But like I would say me and Ara like aren't the only two like creating that event. It's like all the team. Like we have our creative team and then we have our programming team, and like we have meetings and everything to talk about like how can we make like this event go better. Like I just got out of a meeting. And we just talked about Fun Day, if you guys haven't gone, but we had like a mechanical bull. It was really cool, but we like talk about, hey, like what went well, what didn't, and like a lot of that debriefing then helps like even me as a doing Quadstock, like, okay, I'll do this instead, and yeah, it just informs us like we're not alone. So I feel like it's crazy if you are alone doing an event. That's too much. So thankfully I do have a crew. I think of a bunch of people. So
yeah,
I don't want to put a number because I can't count
Right.
right now. So, but
for sure.
yeah.
Well, always shout out to the crew for always
Yeah.
helping with everything. I want to know about what other groups are going to be performing at Quadstock. Like, who else can we expect to see?
Yeah, I need to read this off the can.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, we have sponsorship cans. I don't know what to
Yeah,
call them.
so we have a
Quadstock
sponsor
cans.
from like Monster and Coca-Cola. So, oh sorry, Bang Energy is coming. Monster in general is like the same thing, not the same thing. Sorry if they see this, but they're coming. But like the actual performances or like music wise, it's gonna be Anastasia. She's a DJ she actually is graduating from USC. And she played a Boiler Room that had like 1.5 million views. And she's getting out there. She's getting hooked up with like, what's it called? Other festivals. It's like house, funk. So yeah, she's gonna be really fun. Then we have LCN. He is a local artist, and it's kind of like R&B, J-pop. And then we have you guys, all friends here. You can explain your style. Do you want to explain it before I explain it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see what you think. I feel like every time people ask what our genre is, I have no idea how to answer it.
I feel
It's like a good sign, though. You know, like
Yeah.
it's like you can do a lot. You know, like there's a lot of different genres you can maybe do. So
That's
Yeah.
definitely like how we write music is we're like, okay, this song, my lyrics are folk inspired, or Zach will come with like a Latin inspired tempo, or like I feel like that's a lot of the fun of the band is like we're very willing to like genre bend
yeah,
and do lots of different stuff, which is really fun. But I'd say we're like we can be boiled down to just like indie rock.
yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah, like indie rock. I saw you guys in KXU, Market and Music and Market.
Mm-hmm.
So that was very like, very rock or like more like alternative. So I really like that. That was cool.
Thank you.
And then lastly, you guys are playing.
Oh.
And also, sorry, I skipped the thing. Redwater. They're like more classic rock. They're a student band. Both you guys won Battle of the Band, so that's why you guys are on Quadstock. So yeah, trying to support SU community. And then we have activities. We have a lot of activities. Do I go all the way? Do I talk about all of them?
you
or
don't
how
have to
many?
talk about all of them, but if you have like at least one or two maybe that
Yeah, I
you're
don't
really
want to
looking
keep
forward
going.
to.
There's
No,
just
you're
a lot.
good.
There's just a lot.
Yeah, there's a
going
lot,
on.
and you just have to come and see.
Yeah, so we have like our actual like bigger orgs coming. So CCE, I'll just say CCE. They're doing like face painting. All the proceeds are actually going to them. They're gonna be doing a literacy carnival, and it impacts pre-K children's families. So when you purchase a ticket, that's what it's going to. Not just, it's not gonna go to us. It's gonna go to a cause. We have like KXU coming, we have other people coming, and then we have student groups as well, like vending. So that's it.
And there's gonna be aura photographs.
Yes,
That's,
aura
I'm so excited for
photos.
that.
Yeah, GSC, thank you. You guys are providing that. Grad student organization. Yeah, you should definitely take a photo if you guys. I mean, you guys are coming.
Take a photo of
Yeah.
your aura.
You'll
Take
be
a
there. Yeah,
photo.
take a photo of your aura.
It's really cool. Like, I want to get one.
I know. Now I'm like curious. I'm like aura photos. Like,
Yeah.
what does that mean? Cool. Well, I guess I'm also curious. A couple last questions. You know, Quadstock obviously has changed a lot over the years. You know, it's evolved in a lot of ways. So, how does Quadstock 35 honor previous years of the festival while still, you know, being new?
Yeah, I think this year, like, we're really honoring a lot of the history of Quadstock. So, because it's the 35th anniversary, like, I wanted to go back to the roots and look back and even, like, talk to, like, Quadstock co-chairs in the past, which was crazy. We got to talk with the first ever Quadstock co-chair. Weirdly, it was actually from SGSU, like, SGSU. It was named something else back then, but there wasn't even SEAC. But they just wanted to do like a music festival, and so they talked about like they almost got like Nirvana
Dude.
for 1K. For 1K, I'm just saying, that's crazy.
I would
So
have taken that. Yeah.
literally, so like the point of Quadstock is trying to get people that are emerging and like having a community. I talked to another one. Like, I just like researching as well.
Yeah.
So, like, for this year, it's a lot of research and trying to go back to our roots. There's another one. He actually works at Numos. So, shout out to him. He is a talent booker. So, that means, like, he contracts musicians to go on stage for Numos. And he talked about how, like, it was, like, 3 days, like a 3-day thing or festival.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been moving and emerging, and like it's really interesting. But back then there was a lot of like hype and cultural like things that were happening with Quadstock, so a lot of people came out. So now I'm trying to just honor that by like inviting like communities like SU communities and like actually having a purpose of like where the ticket is going, and then not just being about music. We're like trying to be more about our community, like our Red Hawks, I guess is what
Yeah.
I'd say. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of it.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's super cool. I mean, obviously, I love how you're kind of paying tribute to previous years, but also, you know, making sure that you're connecting with SU communities and making sure that we're getting kind of everybody involved with this. So, super cool. And then my last question is just, can you share any logistical details about Quadstock? So we know it's May 17th, but like time, location, you know, all those good little details.
So the time, it's going to be, okay, so it's May 17th, 5:30 to 10 p.m. And then where it's located, so the check-in where you're supposed to go is like outside of 160, so Student Center 160, and then you can flow into the Library Plaza for the vending and activities. And I can't tell you when anyone performs. I will tell you guys the day of. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll just have to see.
You
You'll
have
have
to
to be
see.
there.
yeah.
I know
So-
that we're
Yeah.
opening. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
We're
You
opening,
don't
so
know
be
what-
on time.
Yeah, just be on time.
Be on time.
For
Yeah.
sure.
If you don't know when
Yeah.
everyone's performing, you need to stay for the whole.
You gotta
event.
go the whole
Yeah,
day.
whole
Exactly.
time.
Yeah, you have to start with us and then be there till the sun sets. It's
Exactly.
an all-night
Time.
rager.
It's an all-night rager. Exactly.
Yeah. So-
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to move into our segment for this episode. So I have a couple questions where basically it's not really interview. It's kind of like, I don't know, it is kind of like interview, but I'm not sure what exactly to call this segment. So I'm going to give you 2 prompts, sort of Quadstock related, and then we'll just have you give your answers. So the first one is, with an unlimited budget, you can plan a music festival with 4 musical acts, past or present. And who are you picking? Could be anybody ever.
Tea.
That's hard. 4 past
There's
and
a lot of
present.
people
Only
out
4?
there.
Come on, producers. You couldn't give us like 5 or
Yeah,
6.
5 or
Like
6.
10.
They're very strict on the
4.
4.
Okay, if he says.
Let me think.
I think 4 is too many for me to think of
Really?
on the spot.
Well, if you have less than 4, that's okay.
Ooh.
But maybe
Maybe, like,
like
the
say like a
headline
theme or something.
Or something. Yeah.
I think I would go rock, and I think I would go. The first group that came to mind was Journey, but like old Journey, right? Like,
Ooh,
because
that's nice.
I know I don't know his name, but their new singer, the Filipino guy.
I
'Cause
honestly.
I think because Journey, they replaced their lead singer maybe like. And it wasn't a few years ago, but it was like maybe like 10-ish years ago, I
I
think.
didn't even
but,
know they were still making music.
Yeah. But Journey, I think, was the first one that popped into my head. And then I guess like a second one, I like this Japanese rock band called One Ok Rock. I think I would get them too.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
and then I just thought of my third, Linkin Park, but
Oh,
with
nice.
Chester. With Chester. Emily Armstrong is hella awesome too, but I just love Chester Bennington's voice.
I should know. I saw this festival. I'm just gonna inspire from that. The When We Were Young festival, like they're having Panic at the Disco come back, and I was like,
Oh.
whoa, like that's gonna be so cool. So it's inspired by, I think, like just like the emo like stuff. Like I would want to make like a, I don't know, like the headliner. Okay, I'll reveal it. I like 21 Pilots. Sorry. But like back then, I guess, not. I mean, right now he's fine. Like they're fine, but like, it's good now. Let's say, I guess the major threes like Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, like they were all touring. So like bring that back, and then make me like a requirement where like, I don't know, you have to wear like fishnets or something. I don't know. Yeah.
And like striped gloves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Side swoop.
And then like a
Yeah, I
like a
could just,
fedora
like,
hat
do
or
a little,
something.
like-
Oh.
Go back to my 3rd grade haircut or something. Like,
Dude,
I'm from the Midwest, and I feel like I just looked like a Midwest emo kid.
that's
Like,
crazy.
but I wasn't even really emo. I just was dressed like that. Like, my mom was on some, I don't know.
You're so
crazy.
OG.
What about you, Fern? What's your dream festival?
Oh my gosh. There's so much music out there, but I would like to use this opportunity to talk about Peter Lafarge, who I just discovered from a guy in Cal Anderson the other day. He's writing from like the same diaspora as like Joan Baez and Bob Dylan, but
Okay.
he's like a half native man, so he's talking about just like stuff from the 1960s that's like really politically relevant that doesn't get any like notoriety compared to like Joan and Bob. So he'd be my headliner. And then I love a mixed bill. So also like if I could get Dystopia and Patti Smith, that would be a
Ooh,
crazy
okay.
lineup.
Okay, yeah.
Get like folk, crust, and like poet rock.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
That would be sick.
And then us, we're playing at our festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's number
So,
4.
yeah,
That's
sounds good.
awesome. I'm like thinking, I have like no idea. Number 1, I'm not like super musically like knowledgeable, I feel like, so I feel like I can't. But I feel like it'd be cool like to do like, and this is the Minnesotan in me, sorry. The producers are so mad that I keep bringing up Minnesota stuff. But what if there's like a Minnesota music festival with all the like OG Minnesotans? So it'd be like Prince, it'd be Bob Dylan,
Okay.
right? That's 2.
That's
I don't
good.
think we have anyone else. I'm not gonna lie. Like
I'm sure you have like a Midwest emo
we've got
band.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I
can't
100%.
think of
Yeah, we
who.
definitely do, but I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that'd be cool though. Like if like prime Prince like 1986 or whenever like Purple Rain came out, right? Like that album, prime Prince, right? And then we have like prime Bob Dylan, like 1960s Bob Dylan. That would just be so hard. Like it'd be totally like different genres and stuff, but I feel like that'd be cool.
That'd
like
be
the people
so
would
cool.
love it. So yeah.
I wish
What
we
would
could make
you
that
name-
happen.
Yeah.
What would I name it? Oh
Yeah,
my
I was like,
god.
what would you
It'd
name
It'd have
the
to be some
Minnesota
music
lake,
festival?
lake-related thing, like
A
something by the lake or something, because we got a lot of lakes there. So I don't know, or like I don't know, some Minnesota pun, like something like Ope Festival. I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. Dang, I just took our like the rest of our time talking about a Minnesota music festival. So let's see, what is our next question? Our next question was, artists usually have a rider or list of things they want in their green room before going on stage. What 4 items would be on your rider? I'm going to give everybody one really quick so that we can have it go. So one item.
We don't really use green rooms, to be honest.
But
I
imagine
don't
you
actually-
did.
Imagine
Would it
you
be an
did.
Uncrustable? Which we can
I would probably take like caffeine or something. Something that just get me out.
Monster?
Yeah, a monster. Perfect. Yeah. I
I don't. This is so basic. I just want water. Like that's it.
fair though.
I don't want to be
That's-
dehydrated.
that's
Yeah.
At a
good, yeah.
festival, that's not great.
That's smart.
Yep.
Me and Keegan like need coffee. If you
Yeah.
just had like a giant pot of drip coffee or like iced Americano.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you
Note-
can make that happen.
Note on that.
Note on that.
Yeah.
All right. What would I do? Probably water, like boba. I don't know.
Okay, that's
a nice boba would really like calm my nerves. All right. Well, that's gonna be our show for today. Thank you guys so much for coming on. It was really nice having you. Really excited for Quadstock. Again, it's happening May 17th, so just right around the corner. Every time we sign off, we say, see you next time on Cherry Street. So I'm going to count us down from 3. Also, make sure that you're following us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. I forgot to say that. But I'm going to count us down from 3, and we're going to say, see you next time on Cherry Street. Okay? So we're going to go 3, 2, 1. See you next time on Cherry Street.